You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? We are in the Southern Command where it's a beautiful 62 degrees and it's not even noon yet.
We like Minnesota, yeah, don't you know, because they have the good schools. I like the seasons, yeah. And Keith Ellison's dicked up my ass there now. Oh, you all know we're the gays now, yeah, don't you know?
That's every Minnesotan ever. Hey, Aaron, I would like to know your thoughts and opinions on former President George W. Bush. What did you like and dislike about him? Did you think he was a good president as his dad? Do you think he handled the 9/11 situation well? All right. My opinion of both the Bushes is very, can't even call it lukewarm because that would indicate there's some more. I'm very neutral towards them. They epitomize the Republican Party, where we are going to be establishment. Although they didn't go establishment with Trump, we got to give the Republicans that. There was a little bit of a change. I don't know if you noticed the primary of the 2016 presidential election, but the real diversity was on the side of the Republicans. So they're a little bit more, times have changed since GW was in office. But they epitomize the establishment, boring tapioca pudding, truly neutral temperature. God almighty, don't put any Tabasco sauce on that. I would like a bread sandwich. That's basically what the Bushes, both of them were, is bread sandwiches. I mean, they're both rich. They come from they're the Republican version of the Kennedys. They aren't true conservative or libertarians or free marketers. They're nepotists. They're cronyists. Yeah, okay, both of them were, the one thing I'll give them both credit for, they both served in war, both were military men, so bless them for that. But it is just the boring Mitt Romney, no ideas, because they had so much money shoved up their asses, politicians. That's what they are. George Bush, well, both of them, in part, them and Mark Dayton, and Nancy Pelosi, these were all very key people that came along and helped me create the Clarity test. Because I'm like, what? Does anyone work? does anyone have a job? Are you all a bunch of trust funding baby cunts? And the answer is yes. So I just can't. And it was just, and their management was just bread sandwiches too. Oh, why? George Bush Sr., you know, you look at his policies, I'm talking primarily fiscal, it was, you know, more tax and spend, read my lips, no new taxes. Oh, we're going to jack up taxes because I don't know anything to do without other people's money. And then we increased spending, deficit spending, and then his son, holy cow, until Obama came along, and even The Economist was pointing this out, that George Bush Jr. was the biggest, not tax, he cut taxes, which I'm all for. But then the spending, not even war, forget war spending, just spending in general as a percentage of GDP for deficit spending and total government spending. It was the biggest increase since Lyndon B. Johnson. So effectively, if you look at the policies, admittedly there's a Republican Congress, and Newt Gingrich is keeping the tabs on Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, effectively, though not intentionally, was probably the most conservative president we've had since, I don't know, maybe not even Reagan, in terms of fiscal discipline, intentional or not. Probably, not Nixon. What Eisenhower? I'm an unintentional Republican. I did not have any relations with that woman. I fucked her though. I did, yeah. Well, it was a relationship. So Bush was just spend, spend, spend. His dad less so, but again, spend, spend, spend. Reagan, kind of the same thing. But and then Obama came. You guys voted in the socialists, and that's all they know how to do, except turned up to 11, and he tripled the money supply. And but you millennials, hey, you hate Bush, but then you really love Obama. It was like, yeah, Obama was just like a darker version of Bush, and a lot more spending. So I was very, yes, they lowered taxes, except for George Bush Sr., but George Bush Jr., He lowered taxes, got a huge tax cut. I mean, we're talking a 5, a very neutral. Some good, some bad. What I did like, you want me to say something positive? I think he was honest. I think he really is a good Christian. I think he was true. He's just your standard trust fund baby. They only know one letter, other people's money. Whereas dad, governments, other people money, that's all he knows. Other people's money. I'll get the economy going. Let me cancel him. You think it was as good a president as dad? I'd say about the same. About the same. Do you think he handled the 9/11 situation well? As best he could. You Monday morning quarterbacks. Oh my God, the worst thing ever. You guys are the same ones. I remember teaching when 9/11 happened. Half the class started crying. I was teaching seniors in high school. I'm like, you fucking pussies. Jesus Christ. You know, and then they're the same ones. Oh my God, Bush, he's all bullshit. Oh my God, he's a warmonger. It's like you were crying, sucking your thumbs like little fucking babies because a buildings got attacked. We were attacked. And then you bitch and whine because the guy went out there Western cowboy style. I still believe, I know this is a very unpopular opinion, I believe 2 things. One, the intelligence was wrong, but it was not planted. George Bush at the time was looking at the situation like, okay, terrorists are over there, that's where they're coming from. Well, that guy doesn't like us, and he probably has weapons of mass destruction. The most critical thing we have to do is stop that. And then, coincidentally, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, we're going to, rather than have them attack civilians, we're going to get a huge military presence over there, and then have all the terrorists come there. I guess it was called the honeycomb, or attracting bees with honey approach. And I still think that was not maybe the wisest thing to do, but it wasn't bad at the time. It wasn't dumb. I think it was as good as he could have done. And I know you all, he just went over there because that guy hated his dad. And it wasn't the Iraqis, it was the Saudis. It's like, yeah, well, you know, it was the Saudis. But it wasn't just Saudis that wanted to kill us. It was like, you know, if there's more coming, maybe we ought to get a presence, keep them over there, keep them focused on Mosul and Baghdad. And then in terms of domestically, how did he handled it fine. What's the guy supposed to do? I love the inferior, low IQ. You can't even call them humans. He continued reading the book to children. They're like, okay, all right. Same people that blame Katrina on Bush, you know, natural disasters, Bushes. So I think he was unfairly, overly harshly criticized in that. And in that regard, I guess I do like him because he did about as good as he could. I don't think I would have done any better, to be honest. I'd be a lot more dead people if I was president, I'll tell you that. I'm like, hey, new game called the United States ain't going to be pushed around no more. New rule called fuck the UN. Hey, we make it class and we call it peace. So he is a much better Christian than I am because I'm not Christian at all. So there. I wish I could say more, but yeah, I really don't have that much. It's just kind of like, Hey, I'm lukewarm towards President Trump, and I like Trump more than I do these 2 guys because at least Trump was different. I mean, positive or negative, different. I mean, Jesus Christ, can we change it up a bit? And the Republicans did. They unlike the Democrat, remember, Democrat Party, meaning everybody's vote counts, and they have super delegates. Instead of getting the person that the Democrat Party wanted, Bernie Sanders, they went with Hillary Clinton. But as unpopular as it may have been with the Republican establishment, they did go with Trump. So there has been changes since the Bushes. Yeah, so, but no, I'm very highly unimpressed. I mean, meh, there, could we just say that? Meh. That's my opinion of the Bush presidents. With a great amount of disrespect because they're trust fund babies. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, AstroConsulting.com. I got to get out and get hiking. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.